Hello, I'm Brian Dowling with BWB TV, and this is Zan with Helpsy Health. Maybe we could start with where Helpsy Health started out of and what it's doing, what you hope to do.
Sure. So where Helpsy Health started was 10 years ago. I had some health issues that made it majorly impacted my life and the quality of my life, and I wanted to be able to go back to living my life to the fullest. So that time I was a computer engineer. So I ended up becoming an e-patient, just voraciously reading through a lot of papers and trying to understand what are the best options for me to be able to go back to the life I wanted. And that made me realize, as I found my own health back, I realized that I looked around and I saw that those were similar challenges that my colleagues faced all over. Mm-hmm. And those issues got even worse when you had complex conditions like cancer and surgery and transplant. They can have high fatality. So I decided that I'm going to devote the rest of my life to making a difference in other people's lives. So I changed career, went into healthcare. So for last 10 years, I've been doing both holistic and Western medicine, and worked in oncology at Mayo Clinic, Stanford, UCSF, trying to find ways to leverage evidence-based supportive care and enabling people to have good quality of life. And the work that I did was quite significant, and that's where the company was spun out of UCSF. With some NSF grants to be able to empower everybody to be able to live their life to the fullest. So that's the core of what we do. So essentially it's an artificial intelligence nurse that can do real-time symptom management and navigation. So it can help with everything from like simple things like back pain and nausea and headache, sleep problems, what are the best ways of addressing it, what are the modalities, what are the specific guidelines for addressing it, as well as handle more complex conditions like cancer, on how to prepare for it and to give support throughout the journey. So think of it like I cloned my brain as a nurse onto a solution, so now it can do the work of a nurse, it can do the work of a nutritionist, of a yoga practitioner, social worker. So that's the core of what we do, like a clinical engine.
Quick, where's the company now, and sort of what are the next steps? Where do you find you're putting a lot of energy into these days with Helpsy Health?
Yeah, so where the company is now is we spent last several years building the engine and the technology, because now we can do over 500 symptoms, 20,000 recommendations. We can handle a lot of navigation issues. So we also supported a lot of patients. So far, we've supported over 20,000 patients. So now we are on path to commercialization. So that's where I spend most of my time, mm-hmm. is on getting the product to get even better every week, to be able to support large customers, and then on the business side, forming partnerships so that we can provide services to insurance companies and to employers, self-insured employers. That's our core focus.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit more about that partnering strategy, insurers, self-insured mm-hmm. employers. How did you end up focusing there, and do you think you broaden your scope beyond that? Is that really kind of where your product runs best right now?
Yeah, so we were earlier, our focus was on empowering patients, so that's what we were doing, and then we realized the clinical importance of the work with clinical studies, mm-hmm. where we were seeing like 30 to 80% improvement in impact and saving a lot of time. We didn't even know that we were making a huge financial impact, but as we got more data and people leveraged the solution, we found out that we were saving several $1,000s to insurance companies by reducing emergency department visits and treatment disruptions. So that's where we discovered our value proposition. And that's the reason it adds a lot of value for these organizations, because they want their members to have support, to have better experience. They want to reduce cost of adverse events, which is quite significant right now. From an employer standpoint, you want your employee to be able to come back to work, and be able to continue work. So that's why the work we are doing adds a lot of value to to payers, health plans, and to employers. So that's where our focus has been
Got it.
right now.
So San, in 5 years, what is Helpsy Health doing if all goes as you hope?
I think if all goes well, in 5 years, Helpsy Health is serving people with a lot of complex conditions. So most of the population in US and abroad. So when they think about cancer, they imagine using Helpsy to support them. When it comes to day-to-day health issues, they go to Helpsy to use them. So whenever people are thinking about their quality of life and empowerment, they think about Helpsy as their de facto, just the way we think about, okay, I'm going to look for something, I'm going to Google it. I hope that Helpsy becomes a verb.
Yeah. Great. Well, San, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your time. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.